So, I'm sure plenty of you know what PassMark performance test is, and I have installed it on this computer, and I run the test, and it took like 3 hours, but we've come up with a score of 2.5 on this Pentium 2 over here. I'm not terribly surprised. Let's give you the explanation. What's the worst part? Probably my RAM, if I had to guess. Pentium 2 overclocked. It's not terrible. I mean, it's really bad for now, but it was pretty good. Some tests were not executed. That may be what it was. Graphics card is just, it's okay. It's pretty high end for the time. Yeah, that's the normal kind of score you'd see. And that's the formula for the score. And this just so happens to get 2.5 out of that. So 2.55. This is not a Celeron, but this is a Pentium 2 MMX, overclocked from 233 to 292 MHz. Intel Celeron, is it what it's called? 66.6 on the integer math, 48 on floating point. Nothing for prime numbers or multimedia instructions. 56.3 on compression, 0.01 on encryption. That's so fast. 3.28 on physics. 3,488 on sorting, which makes it actually ooh, there's a big hit right there to the Phenom 2X4 and the Core 2 Duo E4800. Is that a Pentium 2 is faster. So 36.1 for single-threaded tasks. 2D graphics, overall 27.5. So it's not the worst thing ever, but it's not exactly excellent either. At 0.46 on the good old 3D mark. RAM is just so low it's not even worth talking about. And hard drive 142.6, so it's not horrible, but yeah, there's that hard drive grinding away. And my excellent frame rate here of 7 frames per second. Yeah, go ahead and close that. Yeah, this is running Windows XP, because I had nothing else to put on here at exactly the moment that I wanted to. It was either this or Windows 2000 Advanced Server, or Windows 98, first edition, of course. So I just picked the most logical one and went with Windows XP Home Edition, because that was what I had on hand. I also had SP0 of Home Edition, but I picked SP1 instead, so I can install SP3 immediately and have all my drivers. And it did get all my drivers. However, I had a second graphics adapter installed in here at first, and it didn't get the second one. It was a Matrox Millennium MGA that it was using as primary, and it didn't get this card, which is a Riva TNT. I don't check for updates, I don't really care, but there. Pentium 2 Deschutes, slot 1 single-edge contact cartridge. Pentium 2 233 MHz, core speed 291.6 at 83.3, and it's not supposed to be times 3.5. It's supposed to be times 8, but I don't really care. So the caches, mainboard. This probably having that overclocked probably has helped out the system's performance by a ridiculous amount. Yeah, we still got all memory as usual. I don't know why, but this RAM is 125 instead of 100 or 133 like usual. And here's my NVIDIA Riva TNT with 16 megabytes of video memory by Diamond Technology. And I wouldn't dare benchmark it in CPU-Z. So that's my system that I've been using to benchmark video cards for the last little bit of a while. I'll go ahead and grab my other phone off the charger quick, turn on the camera, or not the camera, but the flashlight, so I can just show some of the cards that I've got over here to benchmark. that's the second card that was in there, and basically I just wanted more video memory than 4 megabytes. So that's why I ended up throwing in there anyways. I've got an interesting card over here, STB Microsystems, which is based on some kind of NVIDIA chipset, it looks like. And yeah, see, I've got plenty of cards, and a good majority of these aren't benchmarked. Like, both of these are, and both of these are, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if the GeForce 2 is benchmarked, but God knows all the S3 cards and early NVIDIA cards that I've got over here are not benchmarked at all. And I'm going to benchmark my working CPUs as well, at least the ones that'll work in the system, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. So, besides the one that's already in there. So it's Pentium 2, 233 that's in there. This one doesn't work, so can't use that. Can't use 450. Basically, I can't use the Pentium 3s or the Athlon that's over here. This is 233 megahertz, or actually, sorry, 300 megahertz Pentium 2 MMX. Single edge contact cartridge as well. I think it's 300 megahertz. Then we have a 400 megahertz one, which is Dell spec from a Dell Optiplex GX something or other, GX1 I believe. And here we have the always useful, like just radical, Celeron 300A card, which is getting its wires caught on that video card. Here's a little bracket to hold it in. Celeron 300A, single edge processor package, SEPP, which is the same thing, actually, just with a slightly different design. But yeah, that's a Celeron 300A, which can be overclocked a ridiculous amount. I think this one got up to, 400 megahertz on that board over there, that AOpen MX6E Plus board, which is also a really common motherboard for this task. But, see, the thing is, back in the day, those would perform just about as well as a low-end Pentium 2 Xeon. So, that's the kind of performance you get out of a Celeron way back when. But for now, gotta shut my computer off. And since it is in fact 12:45 a.m., I will be seeing you later. So bye-bye.